doing a bunch of reactions today, definitely. But now we got Marvel's Spider-Man PSX 2017, The Importance of Marvel's Spider-Man. All right, let's do this.
Spider-Man is my favorite character in all of literature. Not
Dan
just
Slott,
superheroes.
yep.
I'm talking all literature. Spider-Man is one of the greatest characters ever made.
It was, I think, the first time I
Bill
saw
Roseman, the
myself
creative director at
in a
Marvel
superhero.
Games.
It's a new kind of hero that Spider-Man presented, and that's something that we're really trying to capture.
All the comics,
He
too.
wasn't like some
Amazing
billionaire
Fantasy number
playboy.
15.
He wasn't an alien from another planet. He was that guy down the block.
Every great Spider-Man story is also a Peter Parker story. One of the most beloved characters around the world.
Like that
He is
painting
us.
behind
When
him,
you
too.
grow up, everybody feels like they're picked on. Everybody feels
Yep.
like no one understands them. That was
That is
Spider-Man.
very true.
With Fisk behind bars, what's next?
Maybe Peter Parker can have more to life.
I get
He
people
wants
like,
to go on
I
that
love the
date,
old,
but,
face
oh,
model
there's
of John
Electro.
Dubniak,
Oh,
but I
no,
don't really
there's
mind the new
Rhino.
guy
Oh,
they're
no, there's a
using.
bank robbery.
And then when
I think
you
his name is
understand
Ben
all
Jordan that they're
stakes
using for, like, the
raise
PS5
when he's
versions.
Spider-Man and fighting these foes, because you know what's at stake, you know what he's fighting for.
In the
But he still looks
Insomniac
like Peter
game,
Parker
we get
at the
this
end of the
new
day.
Spidey, a new look. We're also in this world getting all new version of Martin Lee, who is secretly Mr. Negative.
I really like Mr. Negative as a villain, especially from a story point of view. He's a very real person.
Martin Lee is a benevolent entrepreneur and
Yep,
has
Martin Lee.
homeless shelters. They're called the Feast shelters. And Peter's Aunt May works at Feast.
He's taking care of Aunt May when Peter can't, when Peter has to either be at work or be out in the city being Spider-Man.
But there's something inside of him
Brian
that's
Intar, yo.
trying to consume him. Take care of this place.
I love how they did the
represents
Feast Shelter, too, how you
best
could, like,
part of
free roam in it
We're
as
really
Peter. That was
kind
so
of
cool.
poking at that idea of how some people have a dark side. The question is whether you give into that dark side or don't.
That duality means if you're taking down Mr. Negative, you're also taking down Martin Lee. When you're Spider-Man and you learn that secret, what a conundrum.
Then the question is, it's like a ticking clock. How long until Martin Lee knows that I know who he is?
This is crazy! This isn't you!
This mission was so hype.
From a visual point of view, what's really cool about him is that he's actually got this really cool negative effect where he becomes negative.
And then
I love,
that
like, all their
gives you
shirts,
power
too,
to
that they
be able
always
to
wear. You can
bring
tell
out
they're, like,
someone's
huge
dark
Spider-Man
side. And
fans.
then you can also, in our game, you can do these blasts of his negative
You're
energy.
going to see, swords or guns.
Spider-Man sweatshirt,
or
yep.
even whips, and be with his negative power. And when it comes to Mr. Negative himself, those powers just amplified even more.
Everything you care about will be destroyed. The people will beg you for help, but you won't be able to save them.
One of the first days when we were making the game, we were all sitting around talking about how we grew up with Spider-Man, and we all realized that when we were 9 years old, we all had Spider-Man underoos. Like, Spider-Man was our guy.
Swinging is
and
still
we
just so
never
much
lost
fun to
that
this
love
day.
for him. Now it's fans making the game for other Spider-Man fans, and we believe in that power and responsibility. Our game
Right in
is
between the
about
sign, I always
Peter
still try to do that every
deliver
time I play
on the
that
things
mission.
of Spider-Man. And to do that, we have to take advantage of all his rich backstory, his supporting cast, his friends, his foes.
We're going to see characters we know and love in different ways. So this is like a whole new world for Spider-Man, and it's really cool.
Marvel Spider-Man 2018. Greatness awaits.